ever wondered how a single ingredient can transform into a feast? Let's dive into the surprising versatility of sweet potatoes. Celebrated around the world, this vibrant tuber is not only packed with vitamins and minerals, but also boasts a flexibility that makes it a star in any meal. From savory delights to sweet treats, sweet potatoes can do it all. Imagine them as crispy toasts, spicy soups, decadent brownies, hearty casseroles, and even refreshing smoothie bowls. Stay tuned as we unveil the magic of sweet potatoes in 5 stunning recipes. First up, we're transforming sweet potatoes into something you wouldn't expect: toast. Begin by selecting firm, medium-sized sweet potatoes. The beauty of this dish lies in its simplicity and the natural flavors of the ingredients. So choose your sweet potatoes well, as they are the star of the show. Wash them thoroughly to ensure any dirt or impurities are removed. Next, grab a sharp knife. You'll want to slice the sweet potatoes lengthwise into thin slabs about 1/4 inch thick. This thickness is ideal as it allows each piece to cook through and crisp up without being too bulky or taking too long to toast. Once you have your sweet potato slabs, it's time to toast them. You can use a traditional toaster on a medium-high setting or a toaster oven. If you're using a toaster, you might need to run them through a couple of cycles to get them just right, crispy on the outside, but still tender inside. Now, for the toppings. Lay your golden brown sweet potato toast on a plate. Smash some ripe avocado on top of each slice, add thin slices of radish for a peppery crunch, and crumble a bit of feta cheese over them for a creamy contrast. To finish, a light drizzle of olive oil and a pinch of salt will enhance all the flavors beautifully. This combination not only tastes amazing, but also packs a nutritional punch, making it a perfect start to your day or a delightful snack. There you have it, a crunchy, nutritious start. Next, a comforting classic with a twist. Nothing warms the heart like a bowl of soup. Let's spice things up a bit. Imagine the coziness of a warm kitchen filled with the aroma of sautéed onions, garlic, and ginger. These ingredients, known for their fragrant properties, are the foundation of our spicy sweet potato soup. Start by heating a splash of olive oil in a large pot. Once the oil shimmers, add finely chopped onions, letting them soften until they're translucent and tender. Next, introduce minced garlic and a generous amount of grated ginger. The key here is to sauté them just until they release their enchanting aromas, careful not to let them brown too much. As the base of our soup begins to meld together in aromatic harmony, it's time to bring in the star of the show, the sweet potatoes. Peel and cube the sweet potatoes into bite-sized pieces. These golden cubes are then added to the pot, where they'll slowly cook into soft, tender morsels. The sweet potatoes not only thicken the soup as they soften, but also infuse it with a natural, creamy sweetness that balances the spice. Once the sweet potatoes are fork tender, the next step involves blending the mixture to achieve a silky smooth consistency. Transfer the contents to a blender, or use an immersion blender directly in the pot, and puree the mixture until it's completely smooth. During this blending phase, pour in vegetable broth gradually. The broth not only helps in achieving the desired consistency, but also adds another layer of flavor. Now for the spice. Season the soup with a pinch of cayenne pepper, which introduces a gentle heat that builds with each spoonful. Add salt to taste, and finally swirl in a dollop of coconut cream. The coconut cream adds a luxurious richness and a slight sweetness that complements the fiery cayenne beautifully, creating a harmonious blend of flavors that dance on the palate. Savor the warmth and spice. Ready for a sweet turn? Our next recipe will surprise you. Thought sweet potatoes were just for savory dishes? Think again. Today, we're diving into the delightful world of sweet potato brownies, a perfect blend of sweet and healthy. Let's start by steaming enough sweet potatoes until they are soft and tender. This usually takes about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on the size of the chunks. Once they're perfectly steamed, take them out and let them cool a bit. Next, it's time to get mashing. You'll want to mash the sweet potatoes thoroughly to avoid any lumps in your brownies. A smooth, creamy texture is what we're aiming for. Now, this is where the magic begins. Add in about a cup of cocoa powder, ensuring it's well sifted to avoid clumps. The rich chocolatey essence of cocoa marries beautifully with the natural sweetness of the sweet potatoes. Following the cocoa, introduce a cup of almond flour to the mix. Almond flour not only adds a nutty flavor, but also keeps our brownies gluten-free and adds a delightful crumb. Then, to bind everything together and add just a touch more sweetness, pour in some honey. You'll want about half a cup. Mix all these ingredients until the batter is uniformly smooth. Now let's get baking. Pour the batter into a greased baking pan and smooth out the top with a spatula. Bake in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 to 30 minutes. You're looking for that perfect point where they're cooked through but still wonderfully fudgy. Once done, let the brownies cool in the pan for a few minutes, then transfer them to a wire rack. When they're just warm to the touch, dust them with a bit of powdered sugar for a touch of elegance and extra sweetness. Serve these gorgeous sweet potato brownies as a decadent treat that nobody would guess is packed with the goodness of sweet potatoes. Whether it's for a special occasion or a healthy treat for your sweet tooth, these brownies are sure to impress. Delicious and healthier brownies ready. Up next, a festive delight. A holiday favorite, but with a sweet potato spin. Let's dive into the warm, comforting embrace of a sweet potato casserole. This dish is not just a treat for the palate, but also a feast for the senses, perfect for any gathering that calls for a touch of sweetness and spice. First, the journey begins with sweet potatoes, the star of our show. Select a few large sweet potatoes, enough to fill a large pot. Wash them thoroughly, as we'll be needing the entire rich, fibrous content of these earthy gems. Boil them until they are tender enough to be pierced easily with a fork. This usually takes about 30 minutes, depending on the size of the potatoes. Once boiled, drain and let them cool just enough so you can handle them without turning your fingertips into mini marshmallows. Next, the magic happens. Peel the softened sweet potatoes and mash them in a large bowl. As you mash, let the steam carry away the stresses of the day. To this fluffy orange canvas, add a generous sprinkle of cinnamon and a dash of nutmeg. These spices will bring a warm, aromatic depth to the dish. Then pour in a swirl of maple syrup for a natural sweetness that complements the earthy tones of the sweet potatoes beautifully. Now for the piece de resistance, the topping. In a separate bowl, mix together chopped pecans with a bit of butter and brown sugar until the mixture is crumbly. Sprinkle this nutty mixture over the mashed sweet potatoes, and because no sweet potato casserole is complete without them, add a layer of marshmallows on top, creating a blanket of sugary clouds. The casserole is now ready to bake. Slide it into a preheated oven and bake until the marshmallows turn a delightful golden brown and the pecans toast to perfection. This typically takes about 25 minutes. As you pull this golden bubbling dish out of the oven, the aroma fills the air, promising bites of creamy sweetness balanced with crunchy, nutty textures. A dish that brings comfort and joy. Now let's wrap up with a refreshing end. Last but not least, a sweet potato recipe that will refresh and energize. Imagine a dish that not only dazzles your taste buds, but also injects a burst of energy into your day. That's exactly what the sweet potato smoothie bowl offers. Let's dive into how this delightful dish comes together. Start by roasting a medium sweet potato until it's tender and caramelized. This not only deepens its natural sweetness, but also makes it perfect for blending. Once it's cooled, peel the sweet potato and chop it into chunks. Next, take these sweet potato chunks and toss them into your blender. Add in 1 ripe banana for a creamy texture and natural sweetness. Pour in a cup of unsweetened almond milk, which lends a nutty flavor without overpowering the other ingredients. To spice things up, include a dash of cinnamon. It's amazing how this spice can transform the smoothie with its warm, sweet notes. Blend everything until smooth. The key here is to achieve a velvety consistency that's thick enough to be eaten with a spoon. Now, pour this golden-hued mixture into a bowl. For the grand finale, garnish with a handful of crunchy granola, a sprinkle of coconut flakes, and a generous topping of fresh berries. The granola adds a wonderful texture. The coconut flakes offer a tropical twist, and the berries introduce a tart contrast to the sweetness of the smoothie bowl. A vibrant, nourishing bowl to start your day or as a sweet treat. Let's recap all these wonderful dishes. What a delicious journey we've been on. We began with the simple yet innovative sweet potato toast, a crunchy base for all your favorite toppings. Then we warmed up with the spicy sweet potato soup, a comforting bowl with just the right kick. Our culinary adventure took a sweet turn with decadent sweet potato brownies, followed by the rich, flavor-packed sweet potato casserole. We ended on a refreshing note with the sweet potato smoothie bowl, vibrant and full of nutrients. From toast to dessert, sweet potatoes truly can do it all. Experiment in your kitchen and let the sweet potato surprise you.